Hello everyone, this is RTM here today, and I know that in the last video I posted I said I wouldn't really be posting videos, but I decided that while I am waiting, I can still bring you guys some stuff. Now, one thing I've been wanting to do is I've been wanting to do a ship showcase of one of the best ships I ever designed on a server, and one that I don't think anyone has built. I searched the workshop, I searched Google, no one's built it. Now, if any of you guys are Homeworld fans, right? Or if you've tuned into the title of this video, you'll know of the ship Sajuuk, the flagship for the mysterious progenitor race, or one of the flagships for the. Was it a flagship? I think it was a flagship, but it was huge as shit. I should say it was more or less like a battleship, honestly, of their fleet, because there's another one that was a flagship. Yeah, a battleship. Sorry for the miscalculation there, but it was a huge ship, and it was the biggest that any one of the races has seen, and it's the most powerful. Not of the progenitors. The progenitors were long dead race. But I've seen people create ships from all the different sides. I'm sorry, I can't remember the factions off the top of my head. I even seen someone create the Bentusi ship. And what I have is a large, fully scaled, survival-ready version, well, nearly survival-ready version of of Sajuuk. And here it is. I spent so much time on the detail. Pardon the frames, by the way. This thing is just very laggy right now in its current state. And also, a few of the mods that were used on this got updated. And I do not currently have the updated versions of them. I've been talking to the server owner, the server I did a review on. And he's like, oh, I'll give it to you, but it's been like a day now, but he's been busy and stuff, so it's perfectly fine. But if you take a look, like, the weapons I know weren't on there, and originally it only had a few weapons on it, but I created it to be powerful. The weapons don't really kind of destroy the way that the look goes. It's pretty cool. It's got the Mark battle cannons, it's got the, Piers is aiming at something that's down there, but whatever. They'll kill anything that comes in its path, basically. So it's got point defense on the front. It's got everything you could think of that you would need to need for defense on a ship. I love what the work I've done on it. Close up, it doesn't really look like it because this is space engineers. You only can do so much. When you get to like this distance, it starts really looking like it. I put turrets on the bottom. There's like battleship cannons and stuff that I've loaded on the bottom. I didn't want to put any bulky cannons. Like, I put the 900 millimeters there just because they're very powerful. But I put them in and I'm like, you know what? I don't really need them. And now, if anyone remembers the iconic, like, rear of the ship, how it was just like one massive singular drive. Well, here you go. Thank you to the modular thrusters mod. We have this. I actually didn't make it one big thing. On another version of it has it one big thing. And for the sake of the video, I deleted some of the parts just because it would not go over 10 frames a second. And it's fully functional. It fully moves. It's not the fastest rotation, but for its ship, it rotates very fast. I'm currently in spectator mode right now. I'll be going to first person to show you. It's armed with 50 millimeters and pikeman turrets on the sides. It's just such a cool design. Now we'll go on to the inside of the ship, so I can show you what it looks like. It's not the most well designed on the inside because of the fact that I needed to have everything. But if any of you are familiar with the shields, like, there's just this. This is just a huge shield array right here. Also, I should mention that the thing is a few armor layers thick. There's just shield generators everywhere on it. This thing's got over 1 billion shields. I had this amount of arc reactors right here isn't necessary, but I felt like it added a pretty cool effect to it, this whole room having this many reactors in it. Because if I remember correctly, since you just had one huge, massive reactor that was a wall. Kind of like that, almost. You got the conveyor tube. Oh, I'm inside of the wall, that's why. You have conveyor tubes. I've actually internalized the thrusters. Now, these thrusters do not damage any parts of the ship. And if they did, then the shields would catch it and basically take a little bit of damage. But they do not catch on anything, which is really cool. You can see, at the top thrusters got a layer of gyros, got even more shields, even more reactors, even more shields over here. You got like shield towers. The way that I've moved this thing currently is by that. Now we have the main bank here, which I'll show you in a second, which is amazing. We have the jump drive systems here. This thing, I'm not even kidding, and this is survival, bear in mind. This isn't a modded jump drive or anything. I can jump like 10,000 kilometers away and be ready to jump again. It's freaking crazy. We got azimuth cargo containers just to hold our munitions. These are all mostly full for the most part. I did actually create this on a server, like build it properly in survival. It took so many resources, and the owner actually made me delete it because it was like, oh yeah, it doesn't work because blah, and I was like, shit. Alright, so I'm going to quickly like the player view, and now let's move over. I can still move pretty well. I'm sorry for the slideshowy-esque movements so far. There's nothing I can really do about that, you know. Now we're going here. It was filled in. Filled in, but we went here. So if we go here, I'll press tab really quick so I can just see. All right. So now, as you can see, we can move around. Like, look how quickly this thing actually can move. Like, you should be able to see. It's got rail guns as well that are top mounted. It moves pretty quick given what it needs to be. Now, if any of you remember the iconic phaser bank at the front, we have this. If I press 3, we got a camera for it for aiming. It's really cool. Go back into third person. So if I press 2 here, it activates the spotlights, which give it that orangeness. I couldn't find any type of mods that were for the weapons other than the Star Wars one. But the Star Wars one didn't give off what I wanted it to. And now if I click this, and we do this, wait a minute, this, we have like the giant phaser beam. How freaking cool is that? Like the one off of actual Sajuuk. It fires off from there perfectly. I can like move around and I can fire it as well. And it doesn't hurt the ship whatsoever. As you can see here. It's freaking crazy, man. I love it. But it's completely survival ready. It does have thrust, like I said here. I'll bring up my, not my tab menu. I'll bring up my HUD here just so you guys can see. I'm moving it forward right now. Down. It doesn't move the fastest. I can't get over that phaser bank. But it can stop and stuff, which is great. It's fully functional. The internals, I didn't really get much chance to do something with. Like, this section right here is supposed to be something. But, unfortunately, I had to scrap it. I'll probably work on it some more and do another video on it. But I had to scrap it because I saw no point in building it any further. I'd love to know what you guys think of this. I put a huge amount of time and effort into it. I could only build this off of one picture. One picture online. There was no really good pictures that I could use. So, tell me what you guys think. Leave a comment. Rate, subscribe, and I will also... I'm not gonna... I might include it. Should I include it? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna include a workshop link to this. Why not? You guys deserve to be able to download this and use it as you'd like. So please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye-bye.